Welcome to SF Commercial Property Conversations with Bruce Bean, where Bay Area investments meet expert insights. Get ready to unlock the strategies of commercial real estate success.
So today we have John Laine with us, and John is in the affordable housing world, the conversion of condos into affordable housing. So John, it's great to have you. I'm looking forward to this conversation. So give me a little history of how you ended up in this world.
Hi, Bruce. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you just extending the invitation. How I got started. My mom was a single mom, and she got into this program that through, I think, the GI Bill that enabled her to buy a home as a single woman. And so the affordable housing piece has been this through line since I was 5 or 6. I've been wildly passionate about this affordability crisis. Before we put names and labels on it, we've watched affordable housing becoming just an oxymoron. It's become damn near impossible. So I've been really passionate about the housing world for most of my life. I bought my mom's old house when I was 19 years old. And so I've been able to kind of watch how housing has affected my family, myself, and I mean, 38 years later, that house has gone up in value 7-fold.
Oh yeah, at least probably.
Yeah. I mean, and so I've watched it. I've watched how affordable housing, had my mom not had some kind of social program that helped her buy her first home, right, my whole life would be different. And so I'm wildly passionate about affordable housing. I think everybody who can should buy their first home.
So you came through several iterations of buying and selling homes and going through the crisis and so forth. And now you're actually buying mostly from nonprofits, their older inventory of apartments, and converting those to condos.
So we buy about half. We've got 9 transactions, 2 in escrow. Of that 11 transactions, 4 have been nonprofit, 7 have been market rate. So, but we definitely work towards buying inventory from nonprofits because we believe in this idea of compassionate capitalism, right? I don't want to be a Elon Musk. I don't want to be a Zuckerberg. I don't want to be a Trump. Like, that is the epitome of what is wrong in the housing world, and we're trying to help the barista, the Home Depot lumber loader, right? The nurse, the first year teacher. Those are the people we're trying to help buy their first home. And
as you pointed out earlier, the average rate in the area, you're in the Vancouver, Washington area, is a home cost like $550 to $600, whereas a condo you can potentially buy for $175 to $325. So making it much easier to be affordable.
Yeah, we're $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 below the median price home in Portland. Like, we're delivering in Portland, we're delivering units at 175, 165, 225, 250, 300, which is unheard of in our market.
No. And I assume to do a condo conversion, you have to upgrade the units to a certain standard.
Sure. Yeah. We call it condo quality. You can't put $4 a yard carpet into a home and think that that's going to be reasonable, right? My wife and I have been in our condo for 25 years, right? So reasonable quality, expected to last at least a couple of decades, higher quality than say a mobile home, right? Higher
Right,
quality
right,
than even a high-end apartment building, right?
right,
Quartz countertops, in sync, right?
right.
Yeah,
Below sink, below countersink,
yeah, exactly.
all those good items.
Yeah, fireplaces. We like properties with fireplaces.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you convert them to gas fires or electric
Mhm.
or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing that we do with all of our units, so a lot of the nonprofits, they have the laundry downstairs kind of thing.
Mhm.
We put washer, dryer, and dishwasher in every remodel package.
Oh, nice.
So
Yeah.
you don't have to walk down the hall or walk down to the basement. You've got your washer and dryer in your unit, in your home. And I mean, we're putting dishwashers in 400 square foot
Oh,
places,
wow.
putting washers and dryers into 400 square foot places.
I was going to say, doesn't it take a certain type of unit to be able to do that? You have to be very careful about that, I'm sure.
It does. Yeah, I mean, it's to put in a washer, dryer, dishwasher, it's $20,000.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, you got to mess with the electrical, then the plumbing, then the drywall, then the appliance. Like it's a whole rigmarole. But when you're buying at, let's say, 75 or $100,000 a door, and you're selling at 200, 250 a door, there's room for these nicer quality renovations.
So I'm curious. So you're buying at 75, say, and then how long does the process take to actually convert the unit? You have to kick out the tenant and then convert the unit and then get the condo map and then resell it. How long's that cycle?
So we do relocate the tenant. That is, but one of the things that we work with the nonprofits, because they have a large portfolio of
Mhm.
units available, we're buying, generally speaking, they're the worst in their portfolio, right? So this is a
Okay.
barely habitable. It might be 40% occupied, right? You
Mm.
got to envision some really awful units. Um, so when we do the relocation here in Portland, we are required to give them about a $5,000 relocation assistance. And
Right.
they're moving into a much, much, much nicer home
Uh-huh.
within the nonprofit world. Once they relocate, then it takes us 4 to 6 months to do the
Mhm.
relocation, the renovation, and the condo conversion.
Yeah. Okay. So that's quicker than I thought. So
Yeah.
that's pretty good. And then typically, how long does it take you to market those units?
Well, we're in a horrible economy.
Yeah.
What I
Yeah.
think should have been a year is turning out to be two. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I talk a lot about this K-shaped economy,
Yes.
right?
Right. Yeah.
Investors, you and I, we're doing
Yeah.
fine,
Yeah.
but the barista, she's got 3 jobs. The
Right.
first year teacher, she's got a side hustle, right? So the people that are our primary buyer are really
Mhm.
struggling in this economy. So
Yeah.
it's
Oh, and
taking
now,
we're elongating the sales cycle to get to 3 months per unit.
do you ever just rent out the units?
We are considering it. We have not done it yet.
Yeah. So
Um,
that's an option.
yeah.
The rental market is still pretty good up there, I would imagine.
One thing that we do that I think sets us apart, we, uh, we will carry part of the second
Oh.
mortgage,
Oh. Okay.
right? And that does two things. That lowers the first mortgage cost
Right.
to the new buyer and eliminates private mortgage insurance.
Oh, interesting.
Because we're
Okay.
willing to carry 10, 15, 20%, they don't have to walk into escrow with let's say a $50,000 down payment.
Right. Right.
We're
They
able to
come and
carry a
roll.
big piece of that, which lowers their monthly mortgage by $500.
So are you going out and soliciting investors? How are you getting your money to do this?
Yeah, we do. We do. We're a general syndication shop, right?
Hmm.
Starterhome.fund is an evergreen fund. We bring in investor capital as needed for. We've got two projects in escrow currently, and we'll by next week we'll have two more, a total of four in escrow.
Yeah. So things are moving and grooving.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
We just closed one 2 weeks ago. We close something every 3 months, every
yeah.
2 months. Yeah,
Right. Okay. And hopefully you sell off one or two during that period also,
yeah, yeah.
so that you keep this cycle kind of moving.
Exactly.
And one of the things, if you're buying from a nonprofit, you give some of that profit back to the nonprofit.
Yeah, we give 25% of our, if we buy it from, one of our partners is Portland Housing Center or Reach or Our Just Futures. If we buy from one of our nonprofit partners, we'll give them 25% of the profits on the back end of the transaction.
Yeah. Oh,
So
that's cool.
we'll buy it at a really good basis, right?
Right.
75, 65, $85,000 a door. And
Uh-huh.
and I mean that's $100,000 discount off a market rate deal.
Right.
Right. And so we know that we're getting it at a good value. We know that we're going to drop 80 or 90, $60,000 a door into reno. When we're done, there's still a profit of about $50,000 a door. We'll give the nonprofit 25% of that, or
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, that's very nice. So I'm curious on the market rate units, do you end up still keeping the 80% AMI, or do you go back up to kind of market?
If it's a market rate deal, we feel like it's okay to be at market.
Yeah, okay. So it's only the nonprofit ones that you keep at the 80% AMI.
Yeah. But it
Does,
is the goal. Our goal is to work with more nonprofits.
does the city or state require you, if you do a larger condo conversion, do they require a certain number of units to be affordable? No.
We
Okay.
don't do larger. We do between 4 and 24 units.
Oh,
Right?
okay. Yeah.
That's our sweet spot. We never do anything bigger than that.
Yeah. So that's kind of the where it all works the best.
Yeah.
So this is very, very intriguing. I'm fascinated by the whole concept. I want to see if we can work on this concept in California, see if we can make that work. The numbers are obviously higher in the Bay Area, but maybe there's a way to make this work. It sounds like even though you aren't really displacing tenants because you're moving them to a better facility, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you're upgrading the older facility into a nicer unit and converting it to a condo.
Yeah. Well,
So
and going back to your question about California, I have no joke, at least 5, 8, 10 different people who want me to get into California. I
all
want
right.
to be in California. Did I go back to, we're going to have 4 properties in escrow next week? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
we're still a fairly small shop.
yeah, right.
What we have done successfully is roll out our satellites, starter
Yeah, right. Yeah.
satellites. So Portland, Seattle, DC, Denver, and Chicago.
Oh,
Like
wow.
we have teams in 5 different cities now, all replicating what we're doing.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's like, I want to get into California, but I'm terrified of the condo laws. Like they're very complex there, and I'm a simple guy. um, so for now, we won't go in New York, New Jersey, Florida, and California.
Yeah,
They're
just
just
too complicated.
they're just too complex.
Yeah, right, right.
And I'm like, I would love to get into California. Um,
All right.
yeah,
Well, we're going to work on that equation, see if we can make that go together.
I would love that. Yeah.
All right. Well, for the listeners that want to get into this world, where can they get a hold of you, John?
So I'm pretty easy. I'm on LinkedIn. That's where you and I met. John at starterhome.fund. We put the fun in funding. Sorry.
That dot fund, I have not run into that one yet. So that's fantastic. I like it.
Yeah, it sets us apart. It gives a little yeah, I like it. I like
Cachet, a little cachet to
It
it.
does
Yeah.
give us a little cachet. I'm super cheesy. I mean, you've known me for half an hour, right? You know, I'm like, yeah. So we had to kind of set ourselves apart a little bit. And I like the starter home, right? Because that gives a very clear idea to both our investing partners and our buyers of what they're getting, right? It's very definitive. We do the same cookie cutter as much as we can in each of our transactions so that everybody knows that they're getting good quality. You're not getting you're not getting like the highest kitchen you could get. You're not getting the prettiest bathroom. You're getting a starter home.
You're getting good value, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I mean, that whole idea of rent to mortgage parity, if you got 2,500 that you can do for rent and you've had a history of paying rent for the last 10 years,
Right.
being able to walk in and have a similar $2,500 a month mortgage, that's the solution that we're trying to help.
Well, I was going to end the conversation, but actually, this brings up another question. Are you finding mortgages out there that people can afford to pick up? How's the mortgage world these days?
It's awful.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right.
This is why we're doing generally speaking, a 10 to 20% down payment assistance.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Because again, going back to, my wife is a teacher, which is why I keep referring to teachers, but a first year teacher is living in her car in the Portland area.
Oh, yeah. Well, San Francisco. Right? Yeah. Bay Area. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, you're not only working a 65-hour work week, but you're also delivering groceries or Uber on the weekends.
Because you can't afford not to. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, the K-shaped economy, like I goof around and I'm pretty jovial pretty regularly. The K-shaped economy, there's a 90% of the US population is living below that K line. And that's a real problem. When we get $6 a gallon gas, that's a real problem for a lot of folks. And the buyers, we had a trade war last year, we got a ground war this year. Like these families are terrified to make a move right now.
No, absolutely. And they can't afford to make a move. Yeah, they can barely afford to keep what they have. So,
which is why the down payment assistance piece is so important.
Well, actually, that was the key I was getting to. So there are avenues for getting down payment assistance.
Yeah. And that's why we work with so many of the nonprofits, because if we can get 5,000 here and 15,000 there and 12,000 from some other source, we can cobble all of those pieces together for the down payment. And that's the biggest barrier. The average down payment last year, I haven't seen statistics for this year, but the average down payment last year was $71,000.
Oh, wow.
Tell me you know a college student who's got a post grad that's got 75 grand in their bank account.
Yeah, it doesn't happen unless their parents or somebody helps them out.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
71,000 is the average down payment in America right now.
Yeah, and that's the average. Yeah, so it's going to be a lot higher in the Bay Area and maybe a little lower in some of the other areas. But anyway, all right. Well, I think we need to talk again in 3 to 6 months because I want to see how these closings go, how your conversion's going. We're going to talk about California a little further. So give just for those listeners that didn't quite get it the first time, give them your email address.
Sure. John, JOHN, at starterhome.fund.
Now, okay, singular home, not homes.
Home. Yep.
Okay.
Starterhome.fund.
All right.
They can call me. I mean, I'm 503-490-5889.
All right. Call John right now.
That's a wrap on today's journey through the SF commercial real estate scene. Ready to share your story? Visit sfcommercialconversations.com/guest. Your insights could lead the next conversation.